Hi, this is Douglas. In this tutorial, I will walk through the StockChart examples in mods.org. In this example, you can download the source code. The source code consists of a chart, a XAML user interface design, and a function called Yahoo Daily Market Data. The chart control is one form chart control. I wrap around it with WPF control, so it will behave like a WPF chart control. In the market data view, I use this chart to design a user interface. In XAML, you can design a user interface with drag and drop. And then it's good about XAML is it's text file, and you can load it to your application at runtime. And when you design it, you don't have to worry about the backend applications because all the controls can be data binded to application at runtime. And in the source code, also there's Yahoo Daily Market Data, and this function takes a symbol start time and end time will return the market data, and then it goes to Yahoo and download the CS file and convert it to a double array. And now we can use all this existing code to create an application codeless. To create the application, we need to create a new one format window applications, and we're going to call chart control. Press OK, and in here the main window will be the hello world, and in here we don't need all those controls. We can delete it. And over here the hello world XAML, we can delete it. Now we need to add a XAML file, which is I downloaded. It's add over here, the market data XAML file. And we also need to add the reference DLL files, not the reference. When you open the reference, there's to add item and add C# reference. C# reference, usually you add C# system calls, and you want the compiler to compile it, but you don't want the DLL inside your package. The add item will actually add the DLL to your program package. In this case, we need to add as a DLL as a package. So we add the package is chart, which I already compiled, and we add the chart, and we also need to add the market data functions, which is in here. And now we just need to drag the view to the design. When you drag a XAML file to the designer, and it will ask you if you want a program view or toolbox view. A program view will use to display control that displayed on the program at runtime, and the toolbox view will only display in the design time. So when you have when you design a toolbox control, you don't want the view be loaded on at the runtime. That would be wasting your resource. In this case, we need a program view. So I click program view, and this control actually point to the where is your file location, with the path, what's your file location, and the data content was default to this. And this means that this view will automatically bind to this object. and then all the properties with the same name will be binded. In uh, so currently in this control we have a symbol and the start day and end day and the search button. So we need to add this uh, fields in this object. Actually, now the program is running, so we can test it and see if that displays this view. Now we saved it and then let's debug it. Now we can see this program is running, but it would not do anything. And you can select dates because that's a WPF selector, and then you can press this search button. It will do nothing because it's not connected to anything yet. Since we already include this market data DLL in there, we can double click it, and then it will open and automatically open over the .NET DLL panels. And we can also open a DLL with this file opener to open the DLL, but I just make it a shortcut. And in here we can use the Yahoo Daily Market data functions, and as soon as you drag in, it will show all the functions parameters. This will be the input data, and this will be output data. When you have an output, a function has a output, and the left side button will not be appeared, only the right side. But in function, you can pass value to the left side or right side. In here, we're gonna have a symbol, what you call symbol. Let's see, this copy paste from the symbol in case I type wrong. Symbol, and we have a date, and we call start date, start time, start date in here, start date, and end day, end day. And we also have a search button, and it's command we can put in here, and the name is called search command. So we want the user every time to press the search command will trigger this function, and then the data we're gonna get is from the symbol and the start time, start date, and end date. And then since they have the symbol and the start time, end date, start date, and end date, they have the same symbols, same names. The data they updated in the user interface will automatically be updated in this data holder. And we also need the results, which is double. We can have high, low, and then what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 doubles. We can have 6 doubled in here. And one of this date. I make this circle so that line will not cross. So, and this is a double, so I have to make this variable be arrayed. So I have to click those be arrayed. Else you just get a error, and then they say data cannot get a converter. You need a converter data array, and we're gonna get the name as open, high, low, last, ADG, close, volume, and now we can connect the outputs. And we can adjust this by putting over here. Now the program should run, displays at least the volume. Now we can test it, and see, now we enter APL and then pick a date, randomly, and today's date, and do a search. And now we get a volume. Now the stock price is not displayed because the chart requires a group of arrays, date, open, high, and low, and last. So now we're going to create this stock price. The stock price is an object, and then it's called stock price. And then it's a group of data. So there's a function called group data, and then we can just create that. And then in Mods Designer, we can break the graphic into smaller pieces by using this copy, and then this will be the date, a copy of a date, and it will be the same as the date over here, but actually it's a copy. When you have a yellow, it means a copy of the control, and you can use this copy to connect to the another control, and this copy only for the design time display, and in the runtime this connection will actually connect to the original element. Now we can open to the stock, open, high, low, and last. Now we can connect to this guy. And this group, what output will be, goes to the stock price. And we need to this group control actually is inside is a function, and then it needed a trigger to trigger this function actions. So we need to set this date to be a data trigger. So that means when date get updated, and it will start the grouping. And since they will be the last value in the market data, Yahoo market data functions, so when the date data ready and all those data above should be all ready. So when you have dates and then trigger this, and all this get grouped to the market data. Now if we saved it, and we can see the program should be run. And we entered, pick a date, do a search. Now we see the price. Now we need to work on this default start date and end date. To create this start date end date, we need a copy of the start date and end date. In the .NET system call and the datetime, there's called get now. A function get now is getting the current time. We can get now, and we're going to assign the value to the start date, end date, actually. And we want the start date be 3 months before. So we're going to add this function called add months, which it is adding a month. We want it to be 3 months before today. So we're going to add a -3. And we want to use this date to be trigger this function. So we're going to assign this one to the date, and then the output will be the start date. And we also need a trigger to trigger this get now. So we gonna be triggered at the object build time. As soon as the object build, we want to be triggered these functions. Okay, now the program should have a default start date and end date. Now we can just go run it, and we have a start date and end date, and then we can now enter a symbol without pick a day. PL. So now the program are working. Thank you for watching. This is the end of this tutorial.